Okay, everybody, happy Friday.
Hi.
It's chamber check-in time.
This is
And
awesome.
I am here with the Director of Sales and Marketing for Heatherwood Senior Living, Brandy Garlitz. Hi,
Hi.
Brandy.
Hi. I love the
How's it
voice in my
going?
chamber. It's going really well. We're doing really good here. We're super blessed to not have any COVID in our community yet.
Knock on wood.
Knock
Knock
on
on,
wood.
knocking
Not
on wood.
find the thickest piece of wood that you can find.
Hey, so how's your team doing?
We have a fantastic team. We've been doing really well. Not to say that communities that have had a lot of sickness run through are doing anything wrong. We have such a great, just so many good resources and so many professional health care teams out across the valley that are doing their best to make things the best that they can for everybody. The best thing is about my job right now is I've transitioned into also being part of the entertainment crew. So I've actually made more money in the last 4 months being the stupidest characters and worst joke tellers ever in the world.
That's awesome, Brandy. Hey, the reason I wanted to check in with you today is because I think it's timely and relevant to see how your industry is doing. And I wanted to segue into maybe you can explain the different types of elderly care communities that there are and which one Heatherwood is.
Oh, I think that's a great question. Geez. We'll do that first. Let me kind of explain the different things that are out there. So there's different, like there's 55 plus gated communities where people have a house, but they still have to go grocery shopping, driving, doing all of that. That maybe there's somebody that takes care of the yard and they have a community clubhouse. So that's probably the most basic kind of senior living community out there. And then when you get to independent living, and that's what Heatherwood is. So we are only independent living, 55 plus. We have a very active community. But this is probably perfect for people that don't want to drive because we do transportation. Cooking gets too hard. It's too hard to maintain a house. So my residents don't own brooms or vacuums. We do all that. So, and this is such a great time to move to an independent living. Independent livings are getting out of this pandemic a little bit easier because we don't have the huge nursing staff coming in and just that turnover of employees all the time. So I think that's why we've been so lucky during this time to not get it. But we also didn't run out of toilet paper. There's something to be said about that. And then none of our residents had to go to the grocery store to get food because we do 3 meals a day, housekeeping, transportation. It's an all-inclusive thing without the nursing. So it's about $1,000 cheaper a month starting. And they can bring nursing in, just like you do in your house, but that's not staffed. So then the next step is when you become unsafe just at home, whether it's here, your home, or a gated community or whatever. Usually medication management or fall risks or memory impairment will require the next stage, and that's assisted living or memory care. And then if it's wound care, then it's usually a skilled nursing facility. But those are staffed heavier with the nursing element attached.
Okay.
So does that make more sense?
Absolutely.
Good. And
So,
then just the industry itself, that's what the other part of that you wanted to know. The industry itself is hurting. We don't have enough just basic care providers. And anybody can do that with, they'll train you, do background checks, and then get you into homes because our homebound population is probably taken on one of the steepest declines as a massive collectively mass that I've seen since I've been in the health industry. And that's because people are secluded. They don't have social interaction. Depression sets in, sedentary lifestyles kick in. And before we know it, our loved ones are in a bad rut. And we simply don't have the care staff to take care of them. The governor came out last week and did a plead and said, if you want a job, it means so much, but it's probably, you have to have your heart in it because it doesn't pay very well, to be honest.
Hey, how are your residents staying positive?
Well, I'd like to say that's because of me.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just kidding. We do delivery of meals. So then we've got 3 times that we see them for just giving them meals. And then we do an extra 3 touches every day with a hydration and snack cart, just so we're keeping our eyes on them. They're moving about freely. We have walk clubs, we have card clubs, we have puzzle tables, so for them, they're just so grateful that we've been diligent and really stringent on our policies for visitors. They're happy. They come down. Last Thursday was Wiggle Your Toes Day, and we had one of our resources come over with ice cream sandwiches, and we put buckets out, and we had our feet soaking in the water, and just doing those extra things every day, you would be surprised at how much that means. And a really poor joke told it, with great timing is great for them to just kind of build up their atmosphere and give them a few smiles, every day.
Yeah, I was wondering about the, I can hear myself while I'm talking to you. So it's a little weird, but I was wondering how visitation is occurring and, with family and friends being able to come over and visit with your restrictions there. How's that going?
Well, there are some visits happening just because if they're in buildings that are COVID positive, there's still the ability for families to go window to window. There's been a lot of that.
Okay.
I know that I had a resident back, when it was super tight and we couldn't let people in. Their families came to the window and wished them happy birthday. And there's window painters out there, and a lot of our hospice and home health agencies through the valley, they're doing parades of love. Cars just coming through and honking, and the residents go outside and they just throw candy at them. And, they're doing that all over the valley. So there's that too. Every building and every company is going to say differently and have different restrictions on the visiting. But if your loved one isn't, so this is probably one of the tips that I wanted to get across to people out there was, if you have a loved one in memory care or assisted living that cannot see you and you cannot see them, which is devastational. The non-hugging, the non-loving, all of that's devastational to our seniors. And it hurts our hearts. But call, reach out, make sure you're doing those touches, because any voice, any card, any letter is just going to build them up so much more and remind them that people care and we're all going to get through this,
That's exactly why I wanted to check in with you today.
Yeah.
So you can help spread that message that, hey, write a letter, call.
Right. Adopt a senior. There's pictures going around and these seniors are holding up signs going, this is where I live and this is my name. Write me a letter. It's
Okay.
so cute. Yeah.
That's cool.
They love this stuff. I've had such an outpour from our community. We had right in the beginning when things were flying off the shelves, we had a high school donate a bunch of like shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, all of that, so that our residents, because toiletries are something you still need, even if you're in an independent living or an assisted living. And we didn't have to worry about that. we've had people write postcards and bring ice cream over. And I think we've got an agency that's going to come over and bathe our dogs for Dog Day next week. Yeah. So getting creative to be able to spread a little bit of cheer has been, I did a lot of movies. I videoed my residents and sent it to their families.
Oh, cool.
So they can see them and just know that they're doing okay. And healthcare teams are more than willing to do something for people to make that connection a little bit easier. You know, we can do iPad visits, we can do things like that. We just need to know that families are wanting to do them.
Absolutely.
You know, where we're independent, my residents are very local. And which is great. I mean, we're able to please because they tell us what they want. And that's, you know, that's the best place to be in. But in an assisted living, the people might not know that you want to see your loved one. And so call the administrator and just say, hey, I'd really like to set up some way to face chat or FaceTime or do something, you know. There's ways to get around that, and we're all willing to do it.
Okay. Well, I think I've covered some of the things, but that I want to talk about, you have had a remodel over the past couple of years. And I remember when we did that big grand opening, and you guys had a circus and a fair outside on the green grass, and there was live music and wine, and I think there was a small zoo with a camel and all the mini ponies. And I saw the residents come out and their eyes light up, and they had a glass of wine in their hand, and they were walking around looking at the vendors. You guys do such a great job of supporting your residents and keeping an uplifting spirit. Just good job.
Thank you. Thank you. We're all across the valley struggling to make things great. At that time, we had just pretty much finished the remodel on the inside of the building. On September 30th, God willing, all of this pandemic stuff works out, I'm going to have a reveal that you guys will get invited to. Okay. I'm limited to 50 right now. So we have to do time like little tour things. So it's been a little bit difficult, but that will, you know, we'll have champagne and we'll have food available from our grill stations that are new. Our courtyard's going to be brand new. We're putting in a parking lot as we speak. Oh. So I walked 2 miles to work today. I'm just kidding. Close to that.
Brandy, Heatherwood is so lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm really the blessed one. I came here from a hospice industry, and this has been, I get to develop the relationship with the age range that I love, they teach me so many things, and they're living their best retirement life. So we get to have a lot of fun. So I really am, I'm the one that lucked out in this, you know, in this card I was dealt.
Brandy, thank you so much for taking a little time with me today. It's been really fun to check in with you. If any of our listeners are wondering what type of elderly care community, go see Brandy. Brandy's been awesome. They have a great spirit over there, positive energy, uplifting atmosphere, and heck, a brand new remodel doesn't suck.
No, that's actually a nice part of my job. They can check us out on Facebook too. Okay. We've done some educational series on senior education. We did some things on Medicare, Medicaid. A lot of people are confused about that. Long-term care, drinking water, a lot of different things. But we have a blog, we have a video series, and then, of course, all of the comedic stylings of myself and our activities director, Sylvia. So if you ever just need to brighten your day and laugh at me, go to our Facebook page because it's full of it.
I love it. Brandy,
again, I appreciate it, Paul. Thank you. And it's nice to check in with the chamber. Let me know if you guys need anything.
Okay. Hey, have a great weekend. Thank you for your membership, and we'll talk
Ah,
soon. Okay, Brandy?
sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.